Okay, so this is our first build, our initial submission for the play party at the end of week 6, so at the end of the first production sprint. For our game, it's a whiskey business. Um, so this here is the sort of main hub screen, the dashboard screen, and from here you can access all the other key gameplay elements. Um, so, for instance, right at the start of the game, um, you'll be shown to the email screen up here at the top right. So, this is where the players receive their instructions for what they're going to do during the course of each sort of workday, which is our equivalent of a level for this game. Um, so, we can see an example of that here. Um, this is just a sort of very rough sort of prototype version of how it will eventually look. We need to get some sort of final design in here, rework the layout, probably get some final art assets in here. But this is the sort of general gist of how it will work. So you click into here, you would consult your instructions, and then you would pop back to the dashboard screen to adjust things as need be based on the clock, which is another main feature that we've got working in the prototype here. So you can see the clock ticking on here in the center of the screen. So in this prototype, every real world second is an in-game minute, and every real world minute is an in-game hour. And you're just trying to keep on top of the production over the course of a standard sort of 8-hour workday between 9 and 5. Um, so on this screen as well, we can see here this value here, which shows the energy being used by a given room. And then if we click on this section of the screen as well, it will blow up to a much larger size. So this just makes things way easier. Initially, we thought we might have all of the dashboard controls on one screen, but especially developing for tablet and mobile as we're intending on, it's much easier to it'll be much easier for the player to get a handle on the controls and be able to interact effectively with just one section of the dashboard being on screen and interactable at a time. So you click on this individual element, it blows it up to fill the full screen, and then we can see a couple of controls working here, as well as the room energy reader here at the top. So you can, by turning this lever here, you can adjust the sort of energy that the room is using, and then moving the slider here in the far right, you can see as it gets down towards the bottom that the amount of energy that the room is using starts to accelerate. And then if we move it back towards the top, it starts to slow down again, and so on and so forth. And then we can click this X here to close back out of here. And now we're back into the main room, and the energy is still ticking on here. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else. In the next version of the prototype, we hope to have this mechanic fully working here. This is probably the most challenging part of the whole project, is getting the tracking of energy working effectively with all the controls, getting those back-end elements in place. Made a lot of progress there, but we've still got a bit to go. But hopefully for the next one, we'll have this 4 different elements of the dashboard completed, which will each represent one of the main stages of the whiskey production process. We will hopefully have some version of the room screen up here as well in the top left. So eventually you'll be able to click in here, and that will take you to see sort of animated illustrations, hopefully, of the whiskey production process. And there will be sort of feedback there to show if you're making mistakes in how you're following the instructions, so that you can know that you need to adjust something, go back and check, and then adjust controls back on the dashboard. But yeah, that's kind of where we are just now as of our build that we submitted for the play party in week 6. Um, yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to email me or contact me by other means. But yeah,